quite a new dean there. And this has just been a fabulous evening. I want to thank all the students here, all the freshmen and sophomores, juniors and seniors who contributed. And I think it's also time here to thank our wonderful masters of ceremonies, Chris Larson and Helena Hopkins. And of course, we have to acknowledge and recognize the two people who really make this event happen. And I'd ask them to both stand and come forward. Joellen Dronkowski and Patrice Weil. Several years ago, when Mrs. Z was just joining Christ College, and she was going to start off in January, her very first event in the college that she'd ever seen of Christ College was the CC Christmas Symposium, and she nearly turned around and walked the other way. So, I've said before that Patrice Weil and Mrs. Z and Margaret Franson are the best staff in this university, and I think the best staff in this country, and they handle things with such grace and efficiency and goodwill, and deal with difficult situations and grumpy people better than anyone I've ever known. And so we are all just wonderfully blessed to have them with us, and you are too. And this faculty, I mean, what can you say? Is there any faculty anywhere like this? As dean, I always get a lot of questions from prospective students asking, now, who are your faculty and what are they really like? And I usually kind of end up hemming and hawing, saying they're kind of an unusual group. But people always want to know a little more specifically about them. And so I was fortunate earlier this year to uncover in the CC archives a wonderful document that describes the faculty in more detail. And we're going to work this into the recruitment brochure. So everyone will know what they're getting into. People are going to come up against when they come into this college. It was also very fitting that this text was cast in poetic form. So prospective students will be able to understand the high literary and philosophical levels at which we expect them to operate in Christ College. So here's the document, and I hope it gives you some information. The CC profs has got zip. They're clever, they're cool, and they're hip. They write lots of books, proclaim their good looks, and sometimes drink up a good nip. Marcia Bungy's not very forbidding. When she writes on the board, she's just kidding. Since kids are her range, those doodles are strange. Her Kinderklasse wins her top bidding. Western is Canada's gift. He says A when you don't get his drift. He's fun, lots of larks. When he holds forth on marks, then justice and peace will uplift. Our visiting prof is from Baylor. He's elegant, must have a tailor. Carson's really quite oral, wants his philosophy moral, and his beard and tattoos like a sailor. But Gallen's not left in the lurch. She's writing on how to build church. Loves museums and stuff, and images rough. Send her off on some fabulous search. Upton's got exquisite taste. He studies great wit without haste. When TS seems dreary, Ed starts to get teary and cries out, "This land is a waste." Our Jenny's a wild manga fan. Goes gaga for all things Japan. She writes tourist books and takes hot, steamy looks at sumo wrestlers whenever she can. his courses explode with a bang. Now he glows. He's so happy. He'll soon be a pappy. Then he'll shout to the rooftops, hot damn! Our expert on Jesus is Julian. Well, Piehl, don't you, Julian Smith? Our expert on Jesus is Julian. His wisdom all comes from his schooling. He's tall and he's lean, and he sometimes seems mean, but when he talks trash, he's just fooling. Now, though they've absorbed a few darts, this faculty's loaded with smarts. They've got tons of flair, they dare and they care for students with passionate hearts. Well, I think, like all of you, I always enjoy the Christmas Symposium a good deal, and this Christmas season has such rich meanings for us all. It's the Feast of the Incarnation. Christians contemplate the mystery of the Lord of the universe becoming a human being like us. And amidst all the carols and presents and lights, that's still a remarkable idea to contemplate. And I think it's appropriate in CC that we think about what it means to be a human being, which we do a great deal in this college, that we also do engage in a little bit of humor. My close friend and one of our former colleagues in Christ College, Paul Contino, used to always remind everyone in Christ College that the words humor and human and humble all have the same root in humus, meaning soil or dirt. And that therefore is a reminder of what we learn in the creation story in Genesis 2, when human beings are made out of the dirt, and then to the dirt they will return. So I think some of the humor we engage in here is a good way of reminding us that we are human and hopefully of keeping us genuinely humble. And this is especially important for us, I think, as an honors college to remember in this season of gift giving and receiving. We remember that our gifts are not ours to hoard, but rather to be, in turn, given to others. And one of the informal models of Christ College comes from the words of Jesus in Luke, of those to whom much has been given, much shall be required. In this season, so when we remember the great gift of God's love that we have received, we're also grateful for the gifts of family, friendship, and community, including this special community, Christ College. And I know that I'm very, very grateful for this community, which I've been privileged to serve as dean for these past 10 years. I have, as was mentioned at every Christmas Symposium, engaged in some kind of musical offering, sometimes to a disastrous degree. The very first year, I dressed up as a rap music performer. Profoundly embarrassing moment. Was happily never captured on tape like this evening. So I'm going to close with this year with something a little less flamboyant, and then we will sing our Christmas carols and close our evening. Don't mean that. So, and
Gotcha, Will.
like a choir and folks dressed
I think the pianist even do applause pretty well.